So that's interesting that y'all would rather, a lot of you would rather have emotional security over financial security. Do you know the number two reason for divorce in America is lack of finances? Did y'all know that? The financial hardship, the financial struggle. And that's not me saying, that's the statistic, that's the fact. The number two reason for divorce in the United States of America today is because of lack of finances. And it's amazing to me how y'all would say, nah, financial security isn't that important. Give me the emotional. Okay. Well, you better have a whole lot of emotional security when you ain't got no money to pay them bills. I promise you that. You better have a whole heap of emotional security. Yes, Lord. Oh, Jesus. You better have a whole heap of emotional security when you ain't got no money. That's all I'm going to say right now. Don't you know the Bible says money answers all things? Answers all things, and money is a defense. Now that's the word. I'm not going to preach to you. But give me the financial security for 300, Stu, all day long. Man, I ain't going to play no games. We're going to play around with that. Give me the financial security all day long. Shoot. Come on, man. Don't be playing with me. Give me financial security all day. All day. I want the answer. So if God said money answers all things, then doggone it, I want the answer. That's all I'm saying. I want the answer. I want the answer. It also says money is a defense. Well, I want to be well defended. I want my home and my house well defended. I want my family well defended. It says money is a defense. Read it in your Bible. Don't take my word for it. Google it. Money is a defense. That's the word. I want to be well defended. Thank y'all for tapping that screen. You know what? I'm getting ready to get started. God doesn't care who you marry. We got an interesting one today, y'all. Yeah, we got an interesting one today. God doesn't care who you marry. This is very interesting here, y'all. I know some of y'all might be like, hold up, Tony. Wait a minute. Yeah, God doesn't care who you marry, but I'm going to dive into it. Welcome, everybody. Come on up in the room. Appreciate you for being here. Spend a little time. Let's get into this message, this lesson for today. God doesn't care who you marry. Let's get into it. Continue to tap the screen if you don't mind. Come on, y'all. Let's continue to tap. Share the live too, y'all. Share the live. Click the little share button at the bottom. For those here on TikTok, that's who I'm talking to right now. Those on TikTok, share the live, y'all. Share the live. All right, here we go. God doesn't care who you marry. But hear me real good. He cares about who you become while you're dating. Hear me good. I'm going to break this all the way down and show us all the importance of what I'm saying. God doesn't care about who you marry. First of all, is my music okay? Is it drowning me? Or we good? Do I need to turn it down some? I don't want it to drown me. Is the music good? I need to go down. Y'all tell me as I do a mic check. It's good? Okay, here we go. God doesn't care who you marry. He cares about who you become while you are dating the person. Now, this is some serious truth. And I want all of us to never forget what I'm getting ready to put down. He cares about who you become while you are dating the person. Your marriage will not magically become healthy because you got married. Your marriage will not magically be amazing because you got married. However, your marriage will usually magnify what your dating relationship has already produced. I want you to hear that good. Your marriage will magnify what your dating relationship has already produced. God is very concerned about the person you will become while you are dating that person. Wow. So it's not about the marriage per se. It is about the dating. I don't know why we underrate dating so, and we shouldn't. And I've said this several times before in the past. Dating is so important to get right because it is a direct replica of what your marriage relationship is going to look like if y'all say, I do. When you get married, you're not trying to get to know your person. You already know them. When you get married, you're not trying to discover certain things about them. You already discovered it. When you get married, you're not trying to figure out how to talk with him and how to deal with her. You're already doing it. So your dating relationship need to be heightened and need to be really paid attention to strongly. Why we don't teach this, I don't know. Why churches across America don't teach it, I don't know. But we need to start doing so because we're underrating relationships. Dating. We're underrating dating and we're making everything about marriage. We making everything about marriage and we put no emphasis on the dating. That's when we develop temperance for each other. That's when we develop tolerance for each other. That's where I learned how to treat her. She learned how to treat me. This is where we learn how to communicate with each other. This right in the dating is not in the marriage, is in the dating. So God cares about who you become while you dating that person. Make that mental note today. Because if you meet a person and you feel that person can potentially be your wife, be your husband, one day, you're going to have to date them differently. You got to date that person differently. Y'all got to date each other differently because y'all very well might be husband and wife one day. So what y'all do in the dating process is very important. Please understand. When I was in Las Vegas, right? When I had the conference in Las Vegas, if anybody's on here that was there, this is one thing that I taught during the morning session, right? I taught and I told the people this. I had a married couple there that came with me also from my church. They were married for over 30-something years, right? And then I had one of the guys that was there and a random lady that was there. And I said, pretend that y'all about to meet each other. And I told the man, go introduce yourself to this lady, right? Like you interested in her, go and approach her, introduce yourself. So he got up And he went and he said, hello, my name is, and then I stopped him right there. I said, right there is when the devil want to go to work against y'all. Right there at hello. The devil want to fight y'all at hello. Why? Because hello leads to I do. Every man and woman that got married first said hello to each other. And the hello, you follow me? The hello led to I do. So the devil don't start to attack you all at I do. Oh no. He start at hello. He will try to interfere with that relationship. He will try to do his best to destroy that relationship. He will do his best to make you feel like it's not the relationship for you. He'll bring the blast from the past. He'll do whatever he have to do because he sense, these two individuals could probably be married one day. And the greatest enemy that we have that is against marriage is the devil. So the devil don't wait until you say I do. He wants to prevent you from saying I do. So he have to attack at hello. You understand? He want y'all to be at each other's throat while you're dating. He wants you to learn how to criticize her while you're dating. He wants you to learn how to put her down and call her out her name while you're dating her. Because if you marry her, guess what you're going to do to her as your wife? You're going to put her down. You're going to call her out her name. You're going to make her feel like nothing. Why? Because that's how you treated her when you were dating her. He wants you, lady, not to be submissive. He wants you to have this big independence and you don't need him and ain't no man gonna tell you what to do. And he wants you to be very combative and very argumentative. And he wants you to be the type of woman that ain't gonna take nothing from no man. And I'll get up in your face and give it back to you the same way. That's what he wants from you. Because if you do that to him while you're dating him, you'll do that to him while you're married to him. So we have to be very careful, ladies and gentlemen, with how we treat each other while we're dating each other, because that man, that woman could potentially be your wife or your husband. So we got to get the dating part down correctly. You don't want to get used to putting each other down, cursing each other out. We don't want to get used to inviting toxic behavior in our relationship. Because if we get married, that's all our marriage is going to be. It's going to be filled with toxic behavior. The devil don't wait until you say I do. He starts at hello. Don't you ever forget that. He starts at hello. Everybody on here, think about it. You've been married, if you've been married before, or if you're married right now, I want your mind to go all the way back to where y'all first met. There was a hello. And it was at the hello. The hello turned to I do. God don't care who you marry. He care about how you treat him. Now, you may be asking, well, Tony, how can you further say God doesn't care who you marry? Well, because he give you and I free choice. He give us the decision, the right to choose. We choose who we want. It's our choice who we bring into our lives. At the end of the day, we decide who we want and who we don't. At the end of the day, every person that was in your life, you chose to bring them there. You've never had God come down from heaven, grab you by your shirt and say, this is him right here. You can't see it. This is her right here. You can't see it. Nobody ever had that. Anybody that you ever let into your life, it was your own. It was by your own doing, your own free will. God don't care who you marry. He cares about how you treat them. So it's about who are you becoming while you are dating him, dating her. And we have to pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. It is about who are you becoming? Who am I becoming? Right? While I'm dating her. Who am I becoming while I'm dating him? Because God isn't only concerned about the person you eventually put a ring on. He's concerned about the person you became while you're holding their hand. Who are you? He don't care. He's not concerned about the person that you're putting the ring on. He's concerned about the person you became while you're holding that hand. Who are you? And the person you became is going to be the person that treat her good or treat her bad. The person you became is going to be the person that treat him good or treat him bad. Who are you? Are you becoming more patient in the relationship with the person that you're with? Are you becoming more honest? Are you becoming more peaceful? Are you becoming more responsible? Are you becoming more disciplined? Are you becoming more forgiving? Are you becoming more spiritually grounded? Are you becoming more communicative? And again, are you becoming more disciplined? I said this before, and now I hope it's making a whole lot of sense today. See, a man won't cheat because he married you and said, I do. The man won't cheat on you because he was practicing it while he was dating you. Please get that in your head. The man won't cheat. The man is not going to cheat on you, or he won't cheat on you just because he married you. No, he's not going to cheat on you because he was practicing it before he said, I do to you. She's not going to cheat on you, right, during the marriage because she was practicing being faithful before she married you. See, anything you practice prior to marriage is what you bring into the marriage. You understand? That's what you're going to bring into the marriage. Anything that you practice before marriage is the same behavior you will bring into the marriage. So if a man was just cheating on his woman the whole time before they got married, just a cheating, right? So dishonest, just a cheating on her, right? Boom, 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 boom. All behind her back, just cheating on her, right? So dishonest. If that man say, I do to that woman, you think that that man can magically stop that behavior? Do you think it? Do you think just because he got married, he can just automatically shut that off? Not happening. Not happening. Not happening. That man is going to cheat on his wife because because that man practiced cheating on that woman who is now his wife. And what he had is called successful sin. So he was successful. Thank you, future wife Von Link. He became successful in cheating on that woman. That woman now happened to be his wife, but he have always cheated on that woman. Forget the title. He's been successful at cheating on that woman. Therefore, once he married that woman, his behavior never changed because he never dealt with it prior to saying, I do. Marriage doesn't alter character. Marriage does not alter character. If he has been drinking liquor and getting drunk the whole time you was dating him, do you think he magically gonna stop getting drunk now that you married him? No. No. Just because he's married is not going to stop him now from being intoxicated, getting intoxicated. Thank you, future wife, happy child of God. Whatever you practice before marriage is what you do in marriage. So if I practice loving you before marriage, I'm going to love you when I get married to you. If I practice being honest before marriage, I'm going to be honest to you, honest with you when I marry you. If I practice discipline and being faithful to you before I marry you, my God, once I marry you, I'm going to be disciplined and faithful to you because that's what I practiced before I married you. So I have to become that man before I marry you. I must practice this while I'm dating you. Dating is our greatest rehearsal. We rehearse it over and over and over and over and over and over again. We're rehearsing over and over and over again. That's what dating is. It is a big, gigantic rehearsal for the main event. So when the main event happens, we know our parts. Oh, God. I mean, we know our parts because we have been rehearsing loving each other. You've been rehearsing being submissive. You on that part. Because many people like to say, even in churches, like to teach single women. No, you only be single, only submit to your husband. You don't submit to nobody else. No, that's a lie. No. T Breezy, future wife T Breezy, thank you. No. You start submitting. You start practicing submitting while you're dating the man who you feel that y'all talked about marriage. Not just anybody. I'm not talking about the man who haven't given you clarity. I'm not talking about the man who got you confused. I'm not talking about the man who never talked future about, never told you that you his wife, or he see a future with y'all being married. Not him. But the man that gives you clarity. The man that tells you, I see you as my wife one day. Okay, now that man, you start practicing being submissive to him because he may very well be your husband one day. So now you start practicing being submissive to that man. So by the time y'all get to the altar and say, I do, you don't have to try to be submissive. You just be who you have been because you have been rehearsing it over and over and over and over and over and over again while you were dating him. And the same thing with the man. Love your wife like Christ loved the church. Well, we don't wait to put that into effect after we say I do. No, once we have identified this woman right here can be my wife. I found my woman. You put it into her. Now you start practicing loving her like Christ loved the church right now. Go ahead and start rehearsing over and over and over and over again. That when you say I do, it's like clockwork. You fall right into place. You don't have to try to love her. You are loving her because you've been loving her while you were dating her. It was your greatest moment of practice. It was your greatest opportunity to rehearse this thing over and over and over and over. She made you upset at times, but you kept on loving her. She got on your nerves at times, but you kept on loving her. You saw your love just penetrated through all your weariness. All the times that she got on your nerves, it just continued to penetrate through. And every day you continue to choose her over and over. Look at the practice. So now when you get married, she'll get on your nerves and you'll keep on loving her. She'll get on your nerves and you will keep on choosing her. She'll get on your nerves and you will keep on keeping on because you've been rehearsing that over and over and over while you were dating her. Yo, we have to up the ante when it comes to dating. Dating have to go to another level, and we got to put the respect on dating like it's supposed to. We're not respecting the dating process, y'all. That's the problem. And I want to bring awareness to it big time. We got to up the ante when it comes to dating. Put respect on dating. Because it is a replica of what your marriage is going to look like if you married that person. We cannot take this lightly. We can't play with this. We've been messing around with it too long because our eyes on what marriage. I want to get married. I want to get married. Well, learn how to date right first. Practice it right now. Since you so want to get married, you should have no problem with practicing. You shouldn't have no problem with rehearsing. Since you want to get married so bad, you shouldn't have no problem with rehearsing this thing and start perfecting it. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody will be perfect. But doggone it, we can perfect some things to the best of our ability. You'll perfect that thing. You'll start perfecting that thing. Perfecting how to treat her right. Perfecting how to support him right. Perfecting how to cultivate her. Perfecting how to motivate him. Perfecting how to build up each other. Perfecting how to bring out the best in her. How to, you know what I'm saying? Perfecting it. The more we do it, the better we get at it. Lord have mercy. We got to put respect on dating again. Y'all, we got to put respect on it because it has lost respect because people are doing it wrong. And all you're getting, get an understanding. A lack of knowledge is destructive. A lack of knowledge is destructive. The person you become during dating is the person you'll bring into the marriage. Yo, we got to respect it. Listen to what I said. And you tell me whether or not it deserves, it warrants respect. The person you become during dating is the person you will bring into the marriage. That's a fact. A wedding ceremony can change your marital status. It cannot automatically change your character. A wedding ceremony can change your marital status, but it cannot automatically change your character. Number one. Yeah, that was just the introduction. I'm sorry. I had to bring it all together. Number one. Like a long-winded preacher up here. Y'all be like, darn, number one, you preached an hour just now. You just now starting to now, and then the preacher say, open up your Bibles and turn with me. What? But you was preaching about 45 minutes. You ain't stopped yet. Jesus. Number one. That's before we doing this number right here. Lord have mercy. Let me go to the bathroom. I got to go to the bathroom. Oh, Jesus. All right. Number one. Number one. If I'm talking all right, y'all. Let's see, can we contribute? We chip at the gift goal up there. We got some manifestation going on up there. It's the manifesting. I'm talking to those on TikTok for everybody else who's watching. If I'm talking all right, y'all, can I see about 5 manifestation? Because that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be manifesting this into your life today, right? Manifesting. Come on. If I'm talking all right, y'all, throughout the lesson, let me see, man. Let me see those globes at the top. Can you, whoever can contribute. Number one. Thank you, future wife Cheyenne. Thank you. Dating is not the waiting room for marriage. Put this in the chat for me, somebody. Number one, dating is not the waiting room for marriage. Don't get it twisted. Hello, y'all. All right, Dr. Tracy Blue over there, Facebook. What's up, y'all? I see y'all. YouTube, I see y'all over there. I see y'all. Give y'all a shout out too, because I see y'all. Number one, dating is not the waiting room for marriage. Dating is not the waiting room for marriage. One of the biggest mistakes singles make is treating dating like something they just have to get through until they can finally become married. Today, I want to challenge your thought process, and I want your mind to be transformed as best as I possibly can. I want your way of thinking to be altered a little bit in this area of dating. And you're going to you'll find yourself getting a totally different results. We all, should I say, will find ourselves getting a totally different result. Thank you, future wife Nettie. A totally different result. And it will be so beneficial once we think differently. Let's alter this a little bit. So let me say it one more time. One of the biggest mistakes single people make is treating dating like something they just have to get through until they can finally become married. A lot of people think, or should I say, having that mentality, you subconsciously say to yourself, once we get married, then things will be better. Once we get married, then we truly, truly committed. But what if dating is not merely preparation for marriage? What if dating is not merely preparation for marriage? What if dating is preparation of the person who will be married? What if dating is preparation for the person who will be married? Now that's different. Dating is not just, do I like you? Dating should also be, what happens to me when I'm with you? Do I become better? Do I become healthier? Do I become more responsible? Do I become more connected to God? Do I become emotional stable? Do I become more confident in who I am? Or does being with you bring out the worst in me? See, dating is supposed to reveal, not conceal. And that's why rushing through this can be dangerous. This is one of the main reasons why I speak against rushing through dating, because it can be so dangerous. The reason why you're rushing and getting agitated is because you're not preparing. You're not understand you are supposed to be preparing yourself for him, for her. There's some changes that must occur and take place within you while you're dating that is going to benefit, supposedly, hopefully benefit the marriage in the future. So that's why that's such a big question that you need to ask. Every woman, every man need to ask, what happens to me when I'm with you? If you're not paying attention to that, something's wrong. What happens with me? What has happened? What is happening? And I just said, do I become better? Do I become healthier? Do I become more responsible, etc.? Or do I become worse? So are you bringing out the best, or are you bringing out the worst? What is it revealing? Dating has to reveal, and that's why rushing through dating can be dangerous. Let it reveal to you, to them. Let's continue to practice. We need more practice. We need more rehearsal time. Some marriages would have never broken up if they had a little more practice before getting married. If they had a little more rehearsal time before getting married. Just a little more practice, a little more rehearsal time, a little more being transformed by the renewing of our minds, a little more getting rid of the old and putting on the new, a little more. Because we're pouring new wine into new bottles. This is this relationship, this part of the relationship is highly important and need to be respected. It need your respect. So you got to remember, how I'm treating her right now is how I will treat her later. How I'm treating him right now is how I will treat him later. How I'm loving her right now is how I will love her later. if he's not affectionate with you right now, he won't be affectionate with you later. Number two. If I'm talking all right, y'all, let me see some globes over here, y'all. Let me see about three, 4 manifestation globes over here, y'all. Come on. If I'm talking all right, let's chip at it. Let's see, can we chip at this gift globe? Number two. We have underestimated the dating process. Number two. We have underestimated the dating process. We have underestimated the dating process. And guess what, y'all? We're all guilty of it. We are all guilty of that. We just wasn't taught this thing right. But we're going to know better. We have underestimated the dating process. People spend months and sometimes years planning a wedding and then spend almost no intentional time preparing for the marriage. People will spend months and sometimes years planning a wedding and spend almost no intentional time preparing for the marriage. We'll discuss venues, flowers, dresses, colors, food, invitations, music, honeymoon. But we'll not sit down and itemize nothing like that for the relationship and for the marriage. We don't sit down and we write out and say, okay, how do we communicate when we angry? How do we handle money? How do we resolve conflict? How do we apologize? How do we handle boundaries? How do we handle temptation? How do we make decisions? How do we handle disappointment? How do we treat each other when we don't get our way? We don't sit down, itemize that, and work on it and make sure we are great in those areas. But however, we will sit down and spend hours and days and months planning and talking about venues, flowers, colors, dresses, food, invitations, music, banquet, etc. And we wonder why marriages fail so much in the U.S. Lack of preparation for marriage, that's why. We don't rehearse well while we're dating, that's why. If we start preparing well during the dating process, it is going to work wonders while we're married. If we become the people that we are supposed to be to each other while we're dating, we're going to be just that when we're married. That's one of the main reasons why so many marriages dissolve today. The wedding lasts one day. the relationship has to survive the rest of your life. But yet we put less emphasis on the relationship while we're dating. We put more emphasis on the wedding. And that's just one day. We want that day to be so perfect that we will spend money and hire someone to be the, what is called, wedding planner. But we won't hire no one to be our relationship counselor. And I'm not talking about that little talk you got with your pastor before you get married. That's not even what I'm talking about. Because I'm so sorry to say it, a lot of pastors don't even know how to talk properly and discuss relationship no way. And that's just a fact. That's just a fact. Just because you're a pastor don't mean you know how to teach people and talk correctly, practically about relationship. And a lot of times it's shown even in your preaching anyway. But what you would do is go out and hire someone that is your wedding planner to make sure that day is special, it's perfect. Well, do what you got to do to make sure the relationship is perfect as it can be. Because that's where your blessing is. The wedding is just a day. The relationship got to survive the rest of your life. So let's invest in the relationship. Let's invest more into that. Let's invest more into becoming the woman you need to be for the marriage. Invest more in becoming the man you need to be for the marriage. Not waiting after you get married. No, it's before. This is about practice. This is about rehearsing. Number 3. Number three. Number 3. 4 more of those manifesting to put us at 10, y'all. 4 more put us at 10. Thank you, future wife, cutie pie. 3 more put us at 10, y'all. Come on. Can we get 3 more? If I'm talking all right. If I'm saying something worth it. Number 3. Thank you, future wife, Nisha, Tiffany. Your dating relationship is a preview. Thank you, future wife, queen of her crown. Your dating relationship is a preview. Your dating relationship is a preview. Catch this. Get this in your spirit. Get this in your head. Get this in your soul. If you're dating or you will date later, listen, get this in your spirit, y'all. Your dating relationship is a preview. It's like a preview of a movie. And everybody know what a preview is. A preview will show you what's coming. You know what to expect. That's a marriage. You know what's coming and you know what to expect. You don't watch the preview and say, I hope the actual movie is completely different. When was the last time you sat in the movie theater and saw a preview and said, I hope the actual movie is completely different? Never. Never. The preview shows you what's coming. The preview is showing you how it's going to be. Your dating relationship is a preview. You watch the preview to determine whether you want to see the whole thing. Do you not? The preview will let you know whether or not you want to see the entire movie. You will sit in the theater and will say, no, I don't want to see that. Why? Because of the preview. Or you will sit there and see the preview and be like, oh my Lord, I can't wait till that come out. Oh, I got to see that because of the preview. You watch the preview to determine whether you want to see the whole thing. Dating give you information. Dating is your preview. It's your preview. If they're disrespectful while dating, marriage won't automatically make them respectful. If he curses you out while he's dating you, marriage is not going to stop him from cursing you out. That's your preview. You saw the story. You knew exactly what you were saying. I do too. You had the whole preview. If they refuse to communicate while dating, marriage doesn't magically give them communication skills. If he don't talk to you while you're dating, he ain't gonna talk to you when you get married. If she don't talk to you while you're dating, she's not gonna talk to you while you get married. You got your whole preview. If he don't show you affection, don't hold your hand, don't make the butterflies come, don't make you feel like a schoolgirl, don't walk down the street with his arm around your neck and just always touchy feely on you, just public displays of affection. If he don't do that while you're dating him, he's not gonna do that while you marry him. What you will be doing is sitting up in some counselor office talking about, I don't feel wanted. Well, doggone it, you had your entire preview on that, and you still said, I do. You know he was not going to be affectionate towards you because he never was while he was dating you. If she always putting you down while you dating her, she's going to put you down when you marry her. Your dating relationship is a preview of things to come if you say I do. Nobody get married in the blind. You got your preview. You know exactly who you're connecting to. You know exactly what you're getting yourself in. Because you've been dating him, her, for X amount of time now. You got your preview. And your preview should make you want to watch the full movie. I say no, I bow out. I don't want to see no more of this story, one or the other. If they constantly lie to you while dating, a marriage certificate doesn't create honesty. If they constantly lie to you while dating, a marriage certificate doesn't create honesty. What am I saying? Marriage doesn't erase patterns. It gives patterns more room to operate. That's all it does. Marriage doesn't erase patterns. It just gives patterns more room to operate. If that man is disrespectful to you while you're dating him, if you marry him, you gave him more room to be disrespectful to you. If he cursed you out while you're dating him, you gave him more room to curse you out if you marry him. Marriage doesn't erase patterns. It gives patterns more room to operate. That's why you cannot, under no circumstances, afford to ignore what dating is showing you, because it's showing you something. You sitting down with your eyes closed praying, and you need to have your eyes wide open watching. Because your dating relationship is showing you everything you need to know. Open your eyes and watch. You got a front row seat at the movie. Watch it. But you want to sit there with your eyes closed praying, talking about God gonna do it, God gonna change him, God ain't gonna do nothing. God ain't changing. God is not in the business of changing a man to fit your criteria. He's not in that business. God is not changing no man for you. He's not changing no woman for you. He'll show you who they are. Open your eyes and see. That's why the Bible says, watch as well as pray. But what you want to do, because you're so deep, is keep your eyes closed, laying on the altar. Get up and open up your doggone eyes. Thinking God get ready to, if he gonna change the man, he gonna change him to love Jesus. Okay? If he gonna change him to do something, he gonna change him to love Jesus, not you. What you have to do is accept the fact that the man don't love you and move on and find the man that will. I'm sorry, y'all might be coming a little too tough. I'm sorry. I'll tone it down. I'll tone it down. Y'all know me. I get into it. I'll tone it down. I'll tone it down. Come on, y'all. Tap the screen. Let me see. Come on, y'all. Let me, if I'm talking all right, can I see some more manifestation globes over here on TikTok? That what? Come on, y'all. Come on, let's push this algorithm a little bit strong, if y'all don't mind. Tap this screen. If I'm talking all right, can I see some more of these manifestation globes up there above my head? All right. Y'all want me to keep it going? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all want me to keep it going with the raw truth. Put a 1 in the chat. Y'all don't want me to slow it down a little bit. Don't break it down. Don't slow it down. Don't pull back. Don't hold back. Don't hold back. Put a 1 in the chat. If y'all don't want me to hold back, doggone it, I'll keep on going. Put a 1 in there. I'll keep on rolling. All right, I'm going. All right. All right, come on, I'm going to keep it going. I'm going to keep it going. Let me see 3 manifestation globes over here, y'all, on TikTok. Come on, y'all. Let me see 3. Come on. Let me see 3. I'm talking to them on TikTok, everybody else that's watching on the other platforms right now. You know, TikTok platform is a little different. Y'all know. Everybody know our TikTok platform is. Come on, y'all. Let me see about 3. Let me see 3 more globes, y'all. Come on. Let me see about 3 more. Let's push this thing. Number four. Number four. Cutie pie, future wife, cutie pie. Thank you. Number four. Stop dating potential and start dating character. Since we have to get the dating process right, we got to get it down pat. Stop dating potential and start dating character. Stop dating potential and start dating character. This is one of the biggest traps a lot of singles fall into. This is one of the biggest traps singles fall into. One of the biggest ones. You meet someone and think, I know they're not there yet, but I see what they can become. But you're not going to marry potential. You're entering a relationship with that person's present character. Potential is what someone could become. Potential is what someone could become. But there is no guarantee that they will. You can't base a relationship decision long term on what somebody can be. You have to base that entire decision on who they are presently. Can be is good, but who you are is what I'm going off on. Character is what someone consistently demonstrates. You hear me? Character is what someone consistently demonstrates. He will be consistent in something. Listen though, the consistency can be positive or it could be negative. Don't you know someone can be consistent at negative, at negative energy? Someone can be consistent at doing the wrong thing. So where is the consistency? That's character regardless. At the end of the day, it's the character of the person. And here's the danger. You can spend years being loyal to someone's potential while suffering from their reality. Let me say that again. You can spend years being loyal to someone's potential while suffering from their reality. A lot of people has held on to relationships long term because of what they thought they can become. Thank you, future wife, M. Bagley. And so they held on to them longer than what they should have. And it was all predicated on what the person they felt the person could do, could give them, could become. And you're suffering, however, with who they really are. He don't treat you the best. He shows signs that he can. And so you'll hold on to that, hoping he'll evolve or change into the man who will do it consistently. So you continue to suffer being mistreated because you had a glimpse of good treatment. Don't fall in love with the person you believe they can become while ignoring the person they repeatedly show you they are. This is where you observe character, not when you get married. Observation is over. You done said I do. Dating is where you observe character. It's in this dating. That's why I say we disrespect dating so much. We undermine dating. We underestimate the value of dating. This is where you observe character while you're dating. How do they treat other people? How do they handle being told no? How do they handle correction? How do they handle disappointment? How do they handle conflict? How do they handle? Or how do they treat you when they get angry? How do they handle your boundaries? How do they respond when you disagree? Character. What's his level of anger? What is her level of anger? How does she get when she's angry? How does he get when he's angry? Do she get highly disrespectful when they get angry? Do he get highly disrespectful when he get angry? Every woman needs to see the man angry. I always say that. This is in dating when you need to observe that man's temperament. It's in dating. He may get angry and may punch his fist through the wall. He may get angry and grab your throat. He may get angry and curse you out. You got to see his level of anger. You got to observe. It is in the dating when you need to observe that. It's too late when you get married to observe it. It's not no observing after I do. It's observing while I'm dating you. He just always got a kind word to say. He never have a bad word to say about nobody. He just is nice and sweet every day. We eating ice cream and pizza and macaroni and cheese, and we're watching a good romantic comedy every single day. He's just the sweetest man. He never have a bad word to say about nobody. Oh, how I love him. He treat me with such respect. He just never get angry. He don't. Jesus even got angry. I mean, he don't get angry. He don't get at all. God even got angry. And you trying to tell me you with a man that don't ever get angry? Where did he come from? I'm trying to figure this out. God even got angry in the Bible. Jesus even got angry in the Bible. And you mean to tell me you met a man that don't ever get angry, oh, that's a dangerous son of a gun. I'm here to tell you right now, oh, you better not be near him when he do. That's all I can tell you. That's the advice I would give you. When he do get angry, I would advise not to be nowhere near him. That's what I would advise. That's what I would advise any woman. I mean, where did he come from? Venus? I mean, jeez. Okay. You mean to tell me you'll say I do to a man and you never had the opportunity to observe his temperament? That's unwise. That's unwise. He don't ever get angry. All right. Ask his mama, do he ever get angry? Ask his brother or sister, do he ever get angry? Darn it, ask his ex-wife if he been married, did he ever get angry? Because if you gonna sit there and believe that you found a magical man that don't ever get angry, I got some land to sell you on Mars. Please DM me. This is the time you observe. And every woman, you better be observing that man's temperament. You better observe. Thank you, future wife D. You better observe the anger level of that man before you go further, before you can say I do. You can't see, listen to me, y'all. Listen good. Well, you say, well, Tony, why are you saying that? Because it's real life. That's why. And these are human beings. That's why. And everybody get upset at times. Everybody do. Nobody get around that. There's no human being that get around getting upset. Babies get upset and they don't even know nothing. A baby will get upset because it's in our nature to do so. Baby can't even talk, and that baby will get upset. We've been getting upset since we were born. We came out the womb mad that we had to leave where we was. That's why we come out crying, because we're mad. We upset. Yeah. We angry. Why y'all messing with me? Think about it. That baby was not crying in his mama's womb. He was in his comfort, happy place. He come out and now he's angry. We've been getting angry from birth. It will be foolish for any woman to say I do to any man and you never saw him angry. That is dangerous. And vice versa. The man needs to see the woman angry as well. But more so that woman. You better see this man angry and see what level of anger he go to. That's the importance. That's the purpose for the observation. You want to see his level of anger. Not just that he's angry. You need to see and know his level of anger. You need to know what he do when he get angry. Do he just run his mouth? Do he just get upset and get loud? Or do he throw hands? Do he curse you out? And you don't know that. The last thing you don't want to discover that after you get married. You want to observe that before you get married. So you can make a decision on whether or not you want to deal with that in marriage. Every day cannot be happy day. Y'all got to have some disagreements. You can't be happy all the time. Y'all not doing it right. You're not dating right. Y'all still playing with each other. Stop playing. Get real. It has to be some disagreements. It need to be some disappointments. Why? Because we need to see how we flow in it to each other. We got to show each other who we are in those environments. This is where I make my decision. This is where you make your decision. Remember, it's a preview. Do I want to see the full movie? Do I want to see the full movie? This is the preview. Don't stiff me from the preview. Hit all points. I need to make a decision on whether or not I need to see the full movie. I told y'all this story one time before, a very true story. I got a friend of mine, he works for American Airlines. He's a pilot. But he flies the commuter flights from Florence to Charlotte, Florence to Charlotte, Florence to Charlotte, Florence to that's his route. Florence to Charlotte, Florence to Charlotte. That's where he fly, the commuter flight. And any other spot, Myrtle Beach to Charlotte, Myrtle Beach to Charlotte type thing, right? The smaller plane. He wanted to fly the 747s, the Boeings, the big boys, because he been flying that for years. He's ready to fly the big boys now. And he told me every time he would apply, he'd get rejected. And he got all this flight time under his belt, flying for years. He's seeing new people come in out of school. And they up in pilot class for the 747s. He's feeling some type of way. And then one day he had a meeting with one of the guys who accept people into the program. And he asked him, he said, why am I not getting selected to fly the 747s? What's going on? All this flight time, all these years, I'm ready. If anybody ready, it's me. And the flight director said, well, we got one problem with you. And he said, okay, what is it? He said, you too perfect. He said, what? He said, you are too perfect. Every landing that you made has been a perfect landing for years. He said, well, isn't that a good thing? They said, no, that's a bad thing. How so? He said, because we need to know. We have to see you land bad a few times. Why? To see if you can recover. You flying hundreds of people. You land that big 747 and you lose control while you landing. We got to make sure you know how to recover, maneuver, and keep that aircraft steady. And we don't know if you can do that because you land too perfect. I said, Lord have mercy. That's a life lesson right there if I ever heard one. Getting married before you ever seeing the man or woman upset. Y'all too perfect. There has to be some disruption to see what happens in the disruption, in the disagreement, in the disappointment. You're too perfect. Y'all land perfect too much. There need to be some turbulence. There need to be some recovery. What's your recovery skills like? If you're always perfect, y'all don't even know if y'all can recover if you ever get mad with each other. Come on now. Makes sense to me. Number five. Number five. Three more of those globes, y'all, put us halfway. 3 more globes to put us halfway, if I'm talking all right. 3 more globes to put us halfway. Thank y'all. Thank you, future wife. Jesus loves Connie. 2 more, y'all. Can I see 2 more globes? Put us halfway. 2 more. Number 5 is big. You ready for it? Here it is. Number 5. Thank you, future wife, chauffeur, babe. 1 more, y'all. 1 more of those globes real quick, y'all. 1 more real quick. That'll put us halfway. 1 more globe, somebody, if I'm talking all right. Number 5, your dating habits become your marriage habits. Your dating habits become your marriage habits. Your dating habits become your marriage habits. If you avoid difficult conversations while dating, you'll avoid them in marriage. Because you've trained yourself to avoid them with each other. I tell you, it's hard for somebody to stop doing something that you've always been doing for a long time. Thank you, future wife. Ib. Thank you. If you constantly threaten each other, you're going to do it while you're married. If you constantly fuss and fight with each other while you're dating, you're going to do it while you're married. If you spend irresponsibly while dating, marriage won't magically make you financially disciplined. If you love, thank you, future wife, Rhonda. If you love while you're dating, you're going to love while you're married. If you respect each other while you're dating, you're going to respect each other while you're married. If y'all can see your problems and speak your problems to each other, verbalize them respectfully, and you hear each other and do better, you'll do that when you're married, if that's what you practice. If you sit down and analyze and speak to what's bothering in you, whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that he's doing, whatever it is, and you listen and then you correct those behaviors, if you do that, if you practice that dating, my God, you're gonna do that when you're married. If putting your woman first while you're dating is important to you, putting her first while you're married is second nature to you. Whatever your repeated practice in dating becomes, whatever you repeatedly practice in dating becomes easier to practice in marriage. Dating is so essential. Getting it right is so important. Doing it with the understanding that this person could very well be my wife, very well be my husband. So now let me practice loving him. Practice loving her. So that when we get married one day, we're loving each other the right way. If we ever get the dating part down right, y'all, we have to put respect on dating again. And I guess this is why God have me on this so much. I don't know, these past 2 years, because it needs so much attention. I'm learning so much my own self, right? Even me teaching this so much, I'm learning so much myself. I'm not the perfect guy by any stretch of the imagination, just because I'm the teacher of it. You know, the Bible said he that preaches the gospel must live it also. You know what I mean? That's what the Bible, he that preaches the gospel, okay, he must live it also. So it's for his learning too. Just because he's a preacher of it, you're not exempt from doing it. So if you're going to preach it, you better darn it be living it. You better be putting it into practice yourself. You better be the first partaker of the fruit. So if I won't eat the fruit that I'm spitting out, nobody better not eat it. If I'm going to talk about it, then I better be about it. That's what it is. That's how it flows. That's how it works. It doesn't mean the person that's talking about it is the perfect person and he has it all together. No, the person that's talking about it is learning also, and he better be about it. That's how it flows. So number 6. I'm almost done. Thank y'all for hanging in there with me. I'm almost done. Number 6. This is big right here. Number 6. Don't ignore the things you'll expect to change later. Don't ignore the things you'll expect to change later. Mercy, mercy, mercy. Don't ignore the things you'll expect to change later. That's just how he is now. That's just how she is now. Oh, really? Oh, they'll change. Oh, they will. Oh, okay. Let me tell you something. Marriage is not a rehabilitation center. I'm going to tell you that right now. Marriage is not a rehabilitation center. Marriage is not where you say, where you take someone and say, I'm going to fix you. Oh, no. Oh, no. Marriage is not a rehabilitation center. You should never, ever enter marriage believing I'll change them after a while. Okay. I'll change him. That's what he say now. The man told you, like the young lady came on yesterday and said, right? And I expounded on it. The young lady, the man told you, I'm not looking for nothing serious. Okay. Okay. If you say, well, I changed that. Okay. You just didn't meet me. That's what your mouth say. But you didn't meet me. No. The man spoke from his mouth because it flowed from the abundance of his heart. So from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speak. That's why he said it. And if you gonna think he ain't met a woman like me, okay, you gonna learn real quick that what he said was the truth. You can't fix nobody, neither make nobody love you. You can't make nobody love you. You can't make nobody be with you. You can't make nobody treat you good if they are only there to treat you bad. You're not changing no grown person. Let me tell you something, ladies. At sight, if that man wants you, he gonna let you know. Instantly, a man set a woman in a category when he meet her. One I want to get to know, and one I would love to know intimately. Where else are we going? Can I keep it away? I'm just going to give it to you straight. He's not looking for a hangout buddy. So there's only two places he's going to put you. A woman I want to get to know, a woman I want to get to know intimately. And when a man tell you, I'm not looking for nothing serious, well, that man is letting you know, I only want to get to know you intimately. So don't ever say, I'll change him later. Because what you won't tolerate during the dating or during dating becomes part of the foundation you're building. Listen to me good. What you will not tolerate during dating becomes part of the foundation you're building. You cannot keep voting against the evidence because you like the candidate. Lord, let me say it one more time. You cannot keep voting against the evidence because you like the candidate. You like the person, but the evidence is showing you the truth. If dating repeatedly reveals something important about their character, please pay attention. You know what Proverbs 22 says? I think 22, I don't know, around the second or third verse. It says, a prudent person foresees danger and takes precautions. Pretty much. A prudent person foresees danger and takes precaution. You better take precaution when you see behavior patterns in a person that is not pleasing or settling to your soul. Sometimes, the hand is writing on the wall. The handwriting is on the wall, but you won't read it. You keep on voting against the evidence because you like this candidate. A prudent person foresees danger and takes precaution. You have to be prudent, which is wise. That's all prudent means. You have to be wise during the dating process. If you see the danger, take precaution. See, sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, wisdom isn't finding a way to make the relationship work. Sometimes wisdom is recognizing when it shouldn't. I hope that makes sense. I hope that made sense. Sometimes wisdom isn't finding a way to make a relationship work. Sometimes wisdom is recognizing why it shouldn't. But if you just like the candidate so much, you'll keep on voting against the evidence. I hope that made sense. Number 7. Excuse me. Number 7. Can I see 4 more globes, y'all? 4 more, y'all. 4 more globes. If I'm talking right over here on the land of TikTok. Come on, TikTok. If I'm talking all right, can I see 4 globes? If I'm talking. Thank you, future wife Sharon. 3 more, y'all. Can I see 3 more globes? We're chipping at it. Thank you, future wife Rhonda. And those who listening, excuse me, those of you who's listening, you know, thank you, future wife. Who is that? Queen of a crown. Yeah, I call the ladies that gift over here on TikTok, future wife. You know, we call those things that be not as though they were, because that's what they're going to be soon in their life. So I'm just speaking. Confirmation, right? I stand with them in agreement. Future wife. That's why I say future wife. And for those who's new over here that's listening, that's why I say future wife. Words has power. All right? Words have power. Number 7. Today I'm talking about God doesn't care who you marry. Number 7, however, God cares about who you become. So number 7, God cares about who you become. The scripture says, don't be conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. If any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things have passed away and all things are new. God cares about who you become. Who you become. He cares about the woman you become. He cares about the man you become. Maybe you're praying, God, send me a husband. Nothing wrong with the prayer. And I'll never speak against you praying that prayer. You may be praying, God, send me a wife. Nothing wrong with the prayer. And I'll never speak against you praying that prayer. But I just want to open up your understandings even the further, even the more. Right? So you can pray, and maybe you're praying, God, send me a wife. And God may be saying, I'm working on the wife. Maybe you're praying, God, send me a wife, a wife. And God could be saying, I'm working on the husband. I don't think y'all caught that. Let me say it again. Maybe you're praying, God, send me a husband. And God's saying back to you, I'm working on the wife. Did y'all get that? Did y'all get it? Let me say it one more time. I think that went over some of y'all heads, but let me say it again. You may be praying, God, send me a husband. God responded and said to you, I'm working on the wife. He may be saying, God, send me a wife. And God is saying, I'm working on the husband. Because sometimes we're asking God to send us somebody while God is trying to develop somebody in us. Let me say that again. Sometimes we're asking God to send us somebody while God is trying to develop the somebody in us. Thank you, future wife, M. Bagley. God don't just want you to find love. He's all for it. He want it. He love it. He created it for us. But he wants you to become someone capable of sustaining love. Because finding a good person is one thing. Being a healthy person for a good person is another thing. Finding a good person is one thing, but being a healthy person for a good person is another thing. You can find the right person and still sabotage the relationship because you're carrying the wrong patterns. God cares about who you become. Even your past experiences is helping you become, have participated in the man you becoming. Your past pains and hurts participated in the person you're becoming. Your pain wasn't in vain. Or let me say that, I don't know who that's for, but I'm going to say it again. Your pain wasn't in vain. Can somebody put that in the chat for me and clock it? Right? My pain was not in vain. Ooh, we clock that one, y'all. My pain was not in vain because your pain participated in the woman you became and becoming. Your pain participated in the man you became and becoming. Your pain was not in vain. God used it and made it work together for your good. Number 8. That's a good one right there for y'all today, man. Say that to yourself over and over again for those of you. And I know some of our pain has been extreme. Everybody's pain is not the same. And everybody's cause of pain isn't the same. Only you know your own personal testimony on what pain you had to endure and what you experienced. But I just want you to know your pain was not in vain. Was not in vain. Number 8. Can I see 3 more of those manifestations, y'all? We chipping at it. Y'all doing so great. Thank y'all for the taps. Thank y'all for doing it. Come on now. Thank y'all. Number 8. The right person doesn't eliminate the need for personal growth. Thank you, future wife, Miss Ray Light. The right person doesn't eliminate the need for personal growth. Sometimes you can feel when you find the right person, everything will finally feel right. No. The right person can still encounter the wrong version of you. Did you hear what I just said? The right person can still encounter the wrong version of you. You can love somebody and still be angry. You can love somebody and still be controlling. You can love somebody and still have unresolved issues. You can love somebody and still have unhealthy attachment patterns. The right person can still encounter the wrong version of you. And that's what you don't want. That's what God don't want for you. That's why number 7 was God cares about who you become. Right? Hear me good. Love does not automatically produce maturity. That's why dating should expose areas where you still need to grow. That's why dating should expose areas where you still need to grow. If you with the right person, let me tell you, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You know you with the right person. Here's one sign, should I say. One sign that you know you with the right person is because that person will expose areas where you still need to grow. And they'll let you know you need growth right here and right there. That's one sign that you with the right person. See, knowing you with the right person is not just about you feeling butterflies in your stomach. Knowing you with the right person, they will expose areas where you still need to grow. It's like you like to say yourself, a good friend. A good friend would tell you when you're wrong. A good friend won't agree with everything you do. A good friend would tell you like it is. That's why you will call that person a good friend. Because they just don't say yes, okay, and you'll agree with everything that you do and say. A good friend to say, listen, you're wrong now. You know you're with the right person when they expose areas where you still need to grow. They'll let you know you're not all that. You still got areas you need to get improve in. That's one good sign that you're with the right person. Telling you, because dating can become a mirror. It can show you what you need to heal, what you need, where you need to mature, what you need to surrender, what you need to learn, what you need to do better. It will expose it. It will show you. Y'all, it's time to put respect back on dating. It is so valuable. It is so important. And we no longer can't underestimate its power any longer. So that leads me to number 9. And I'm almost done. But this is one that's very important. This leads me to number 9. Don't just watch how they treat you. Watch who you become with them. A lot of times we focus on how they treat us, how the person treats you, how she treats you, how he treats you. And that should not be where our attention is. Not 100%. It should be 50-50. You should watch how they treat you, and you should watch who you become with them. You got to have the proper balance. Watch how they treat you, 50%. The other 50%, watch who you become with them. And this is a powerful test. Who am I becoming in this relationship? Because you're becoming somebody. Who am I becoming in this relationship? Do I recognize myself? Am I constantly anxious? Am I constantly checking their phone? Am I losing myself? Am I becoming dishonest? Am I constantly angry? Am I becoming someone I don't respect? Or am I becoming more confident, more peaceful, more patient, more disciplined, more loving, more honest? The right relationship shouldn't require you to become the wrong version of yourself to keep it. The right relationship should not require you to become the wrong version of yourself to keep it. You always want to be with somebody that brings out the best in you. And you always flowing in the best version of you. My God. Observe it carefully. The last one. Can I say about four of those globes, y'all? 4 of those globes. We chipping at it, y'all. We chipping at it. We really just where we at. We 9 away. Can I see 4 of the 9? Come on, y'all. Can I see 4 of the 9 manifesting globes on the gift goal up there? If I'm talking all right. Here's the last one. Hear this one good. Somebody write this in the chat for me. Marriage will magnify. Thank you, future wife, Rhonda. Marriage will magnify what dating revealed. Marriage will magnify what dating revealed. Marriage will magnify what dating revealed. Hear this good, y'all. Marriage doesn't create the relationship. Marriage reveals what the relationship was built on. If dating was built on honesty, marriage has something to work with. If dating was built on communicating, marriage has something to work with. If dating was built on respect, marriage has something to work with. If dating was built on boundaries, marriage has something to work with. If dating was built on faith, marriage has something to work with. If dating was built on trust, marriage has something to work with. If dating was built on commitment and loyalty, marriage has something to work with. But if dating was built on sex, if dating was built on manipulation, if dating was built on fantasy, if dating was built on fear, control, avoidance, pretending, abuse, then marriage may simply give those things a permanent address. Did you hear me? Let me say that one more time. If your dating was built on sex, manipulation, fantasy, fear, control, pretending, abuse, no trust, lies, then marriage will give those things a permanent address. Some people are frustrated because they're still dating. And some folk have said, when is it finally going to happen? But maybe God isn't trying to rush you into marriage. Maybe he's trying to teach you how to build one. Maybe God is teaching you how to communicate, how to choose, how to say no, how to establish boundaries, how to recognize character, how to stop settling, how to stop ignoring red flags, how to control your emotions, how to love without losing yourself, how to walk away when something isn't right, and how to recognize what peace feels like. Because God doesn't try, or God doesn't just want to get you married. He wanted to get you married without you losing yourself in the process. So don't just ask, is this the person God wants me to marry? Ask, who am I becoming while I'm with the person? Because the person you're dating isn't just potentially becoming your husband or wife. They are influencing the person you are becoming. You got to know the person that you give your heart to have influence over you. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to say it right now, that's why dating is sacred. If you never heard it before, you're hearing it now. Dating is sacred. And after hearing what I had to say about it today, you should be in agreement with that. Dating is sacred. Dating is serious. That's why dating requires wisdom. That's why dating should not be rushed. That's why you cannot ignore the process. Because before two people become a husband and wife, they become two people who have practiced it together. And whatever they practice repeatedly will eventually become their pattern. So I leave you with this. Date carefully. Date intentionally. Date honestly. Date slowly enough to observe. Date wisely enough to discern. Date maturely enough to have difficult conversations. And most importantly, don't just look for somebody you can marry. Look at who you're becoming while you're loving them. God doesn't just care about who you marry. He cares deeply about who you become while you're dating them. And sometimes the greatest blessing isn't God sending you the right person. And like I said one time before, it's God developing the right person in you before the right person arrives in your life. And that's my lesson for you. I know it was a little longer than usual. I was going to break it in part 2, but I kept on going. And I thank y'all for hanging in here with me too. Y'all hung in there. I pray it was some food to your soul. I really do. We got to do dating right. We got to have a renewed mindset in this thing called dating, y'all. Because if we do, I'm telling you, if we do so, woo, these relationships are going to be so much better. So much better. So much better. Any questions? You can put it in the chat for me, or you can come up in the queue. All right. Thank y'all for watching on Facebook and YouTube. All right. But if you want this segment, you can come on over to TikTok, because you won't be able to hear someone comes in the queue on TikTok. All right. And TikTok is the dominant app. Okay. So come over to